people that know nothing about cars, but want to act like you know stuff about cars, please stop. So I was inspired to make this video after watching a video from Calvin's Garage. If you haven't already checked his channel out, check it out now. He's got an awesome 240SX. I can't remember if it's an RB25 or RB26 swap, but it's a single turbo, super awesome. I definitely checked the car out and checked, his channel out in general. He's got some really cool videos. And he recently had a video that was putting a GoPro in his engine bay and catching people's reactions at the car show to his car, basically. And all I have to say is, wow, that was one of the cringiest things I've ever watched in my whole freaking life. See, the thing that's so sad about people that want to pretend like they know stuff about cars, or really anything in general, but specifically cars for this topic of video, is that they want to seem like they know stuff, and they want to seem smart. But to all the people who they're trying to seem smart to, who know more than them, they just look like an idiot. I have a few examples taken from that video, as well as from my own personal experiences of people that want to pretend like they know stuff about cars, but actually know absolutely nothing. Now, you can't fault all of these people. Some of them are honest mistakes, but some of them are super overconfident and then just end up looking really stupid, and you can't even feel bad for them. So, example number one. I have a friend who, I'm not going to mention exactly who it is, but I was talking to them, as well as my friend Jason, who has a EJ207 STI swap, it's like the JDM engine WRX. And as we were talking to the person, we started saying something about people that know nothing about cars, and the person who we're with pretty much knows nothing about cars, and they were like, oh yeah, absolutely, I can't even, it's like ridiculous, like I say stuff and people don't even understand what I'm saying, but they try and pretend, and it's like, yeah. Then I went on to tell a story of my brother-in-law who has a Cobalt SS, and he talked to a guy that had a Monte Carlo SS, and tried to see if they actually knew what they were talking about with their Monte Carlo SS. So he went up to them and he said, hey, I like your SS. How do you like it? And the guy said, yeah, I like it a lot. It's got great gas mileage. So immediately he knew a person that is a true car enthusiast probably wouldn't have said that first. Maybe, but they probably wouldn't have said that first. So he started to kind of mess with them. So he said, yeah, so these are rear wheel drive, aren't they? And the guy goes, yeah, I think so. No, buddy, they are not. Again, the guy didn't act all arrogant about it and like he knew what he was talking about, so whatever, big deal, easy mistake. But the friend who I was talking to of mine, when I told that story to that friend and my friend Jason, literally went like this. Yeah, so then he said, these are rear wheel drive, right? And the guy was like, yeah, I think so. Their reaction literally changed from when I said these are rear wheel drive, right, where they were agreeing, to, oh yeah, no they're not. So in an attempt to try and make it seem like they knew what they were talking about, they really ended up just making themselves look pretty silly. Now for an example from that video. Now, one of the guys walked up with a group of friends and pointed to the engine, which like I said, I can't remember if it's an RB25 or RB26, but it's a Nissan inline 6 engine. The guy points to it super confidently and goes to his friend, you know what that is? That's from a Supra. No, just no. Okay, first off, did you read the valve cover? Because it literally says Nissan on it. Second of all, I don't feel bad for this guy being wrong because he was so overconfident in when he said it. That's from a Supra. Like, no, it is not. And the third and final example I have is another example from my personal experience. Kind of. Now I have a friend who, again, I'm not going to mention, and another friend who's my friend Jackson, and he sent a meme to my other friend who always tries to act like he knows stuff about cars. And it was a joke meme that had a red Honda NSX, and right under it was an orange Lotus Esprit, I think. And the meme jokingly said, Ferrari or Lamborghini? And the friend very confidently said, oh, Ferrari for sure, that thing is sick. Again, it says Honda on the front. That's a Honda badge. It's not that hard to tell them apart. Again, you can't really fault them not understanding, but it's the overconfidentness that it makes it so annoying. So, anyone that's watching, If you're into cars but you don't really know that much about them, ask people questions and try to learn instead of just acting like you know it. Because acting like you know it doesn't help you at all. Because if there's anyone who you're trying to impress that knows stuff about cars and you're acting like you know stuff and you're just kind of assuming, you're just gonna look stupid. It's not gonna help them because they know more than you, and it's not gonna help you either because you still don't know stuff and you're just trying to act like you do. Now, I know for sure that everyone that gets into cars goes through kind of a stage where they try and throw their knowledge at everyone to show their interest in cars and how much they know about cars. If you're trying to get into cars, just be honest. There is nothing wrong with knowing nothing about cars as you're getting into them. Just be open and honest with the fact that you know nothing about them. That is way less shameful than trying to fake it till you make it, basically. Because the thing is, that terminology makes no sense, because if you fake it, you never really make it. But honestly, I think everyone that's ever gotten into cars has been there. I mean, I know I've been there. I know that when I started really getting into cars and thought that I knew a lot about them, I look back at like lists of like mods that I wanted to do and stuff, and like things that I sent to my friends, and they make absolutely no sense or are completely wrong. Now I own it. Now I realize now that I actually sort of know what I'm talking about when it comes to cars. However, I still acknowledge that there's a lot of people that know a lot more than me. Like my dad knows practically how to do almost everything on a car, it seems like. I don't. So I seek his help with things because he knows more than me. I'm not always gonna act like I know more about, you know, cars as a whole than he does. Now there's certain topics with certain things, like for this car in specific, that I do know more about, but that is completely different. But for any of you trying to get into cars and you don't really know anything about them yet, just be humble. Just be honest, because I think you may be surprised just how open people are to teach you about cars, take you to car events, help you to learn about things, help you to do stuff on your car, if you're just open about the fact that you don't know what you're doing yet. And eventually, if you're just honest and you just learn, maybe you can be that for another person and you can relate to them not knowing anything. I mean, I know not that long ago, like when I was picking out these wheels for my car, I knew nothing about picking out the right offset or size or what exact tire width or anything. So I did a lot of research. And now, my friends that are looking for wheels and stuff on their cars, I can help them to pick out the right size for their car and the right measurements and everything. But not that long ago, I had no idea. And had I pretended like I had an idea and bought the wrong offset wheels for this, then they wouldn't have worked, and then I would have looked like a massive idiot, wouldn't I? I know this video might seem semi-aggressive and like I'm really picking on these people, but the truth is, really, I do understand, because I think every single one of us can relate to being there. But if you are there now, where you don't really know that much, again, that person just mowed over something they are not supposed to. It sounds like they just hit a freaking dead body. But if you don't know, just please be open about it, because people will take you in if you want to learn. But if you try and act all super overconfident, people are gonna push you away. It's just how it happens. But anyway, if you guys agree with what I'm saying and you enjoy this video, please make sure to leave it a like and subscribe if you'd like more car content, as well as more content specifically on my personal car, my Nissan 350Z. I appreciate every single one of you guys that takes the time to click on the video, to watch the video, to subscribe especially, and help support my channel, help grow my channel so I can get my videos out there. It really does mean a lot to me, guys. And I thank you guys so much again for watching, and I will see you guys all later.